Hey there, you guys. We're finally back. I was quite busy, and then I got struck with a cold. Don't mind my face. I'm just minorly feeling warm, but nothing too terrible. I can handle it, but we're finally here for episode 23 of What About Hanako-kun Season 2. Now, I know that the last episode has been out for a minute. I've managed to avoid any and all spoilers, technically. I have a feeling some of the stuff that's gonna maybe happen, at least in the last episode, is stuff that I recall from the manga. So I do apologize for that. But other than that, I've stayed away from everything. I've made sure to not even glance over at any manga potential because I just wanted to kind of save it for when I get back. I do apologize for the wait and all of that. I hope to get this episode out basically as soon as I can. And then hopefully 24, you guys don't have to wait long for that. There's a few other things I want to watch. We will be picking up After School Hanako again immediately. When I get my first free moment, it will be to do that, okay? It's what I want to do. It was within the plan to try to get it before part 2 even fucking came out. But nothing goes right. 2025 has been that year where you just want to erase it. And I do apologize, because it's definitely shown for you guys on the channel a little bit, and I can't apologize enough for that. Anyways, though, one-way train to the far shore. Last time, we kind of ended off with Teru pointing out that that house still has connections, and we did have little baby Tsukasa throw himself into the flames, knowing the future in a way. Like, our timeline situation's very funky, very interesting, and yeah, I'm really drawing this on. But while Nene and friends prepare to enter the boundary, their friends on the other side run into trouble. That is very intriguing. But we are going to just proceed. Anyways, let's get started with the episode in the count of 3, 2, 1. Heard rumors like these. Going back to the beginning. Is that shrimp on pizza? Pizza inspired. Okay. Yeah, the cursed red house. Train to the far shore. With number 6 there. Or so I thought. I forgot just how much they got scraped up from the place. With any hope and luck, yeah. She's not gonna do that. That's not her style. Oh. Oh, not this again. I haven't rewatched this episode in a minute. You're gonna teach him a lesson. I'm very concerned. Yeah. There's so much going into this that... Oh. But... Yeah, you're not going. You're not going. No, no, no. 10 tomorrow morning. Yep. The music. Yeah, this is a calm before the storm moment. Everyone's like recuperating strength. No. Too spicy. No. Damn. At least one veggie, then you can say you did. Mm. She didn't think she was gonna be out so late. Hmm. Yeah, just a little concerned. Okay, this conversation. We'll see about this one, Teru. I don't think you're gonna get that outcome. Good question. What can you do in this situation? There's the opening. I get what Teru's saying, but I want to know. We still have so many questions out there of what exactly Hanako's plan was when it came to destroying the Yorishiro, right? Initially, he phrased it to us back in season 1 as a way to maybe root out the traitor. But in this context, you would think like the part of the problem, the reason all of the apparitions were going out of control, would have been Tsukasa's doing. So I guess counterproductive in going after the 7, but did he also mean it when he said he wanted to reinstate them once they found out who to go after, who was the problem? And they mentioned, it's saying he's the one who caused all of this. But the severance has happened before, right? Or at least it was documented, so it's something that had happened in the past. I don't know. We're gonna have to do something about Teru's outlook. There's no changing it necessarily. He's kind of grown up with all of this going on and, you know, putting a lot into it. But Yashiro's not gonna just stand for that, and no one's gonna be able to convince her otherwise. Not that they know that she heard the conversation quite yet. But yeah, the house burned down thanks to Tsukasa's handiwork. But there's the well. Yeah. Jeez, that's ominous. Directly over the well. Yeah. Hmm. And that had to have been where that thing came from, right? You'd think. Sorry if lighting changes. I think it's partly this, partly the day. Hey, he's not going to send you to your death. Maybe. Okay, good, good. Oh, my God. Okay. A hand with what looks like claws. A servant Oni. Eat apparitions. This is going back to... Okay. I was thinking that, but try... Okay. Whew. Thank God. The pizza. I can't... No. 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 Fuck that. Oh, hell no. You did not tear... Well, bye, Akane. Oh, well, Teru. I don't think I could look at pizza ever again. I thought... Okay, yeah. It's a... Oh, owie. Owie. Alright. Oh, did she send something? It's getting bigger. Running from something. Oh no, it's because she's been here so long. Oh! Hanako. Hanging on by a thread. But that would completely send her off. Oh, the little moke. But is she going to actually go? Oh, look at the little one. This is very odd. Yeah, this is your chance to decide if you're gonna stay or not. It's risky though, so... Is it gonna get derailed? I don't know. It just... I don't think it's gonna go smoothly. I'm conflicted. That's where that's coming from. Look at this. He's like waiting. Shaking. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Oh my god, no. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh my god. Can't lie for shit. Come on. Everything, damn. Something in common. Oh! No, that was... yeah. Yep. Okay, no derailing, but holy shit, they did it. Okay. Now here's the problem. She's going to have to find Hanako before Teru. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, but we have an important mission here. Can't let you get in the way. Yeah. I'd be mad about that. If I was them, in particular. Yeah, they're not happy with you. He's just pissed. Oh my god, I feel... Oh, yeah, you're not all good, are you? Fuck. He's not gonna just give up like that. Yep. They look smug in the back. That too, but he's not gonna just let this slide. Not at all. Oh. 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 Hello there. Wait. Shit, does she not have the amulet? Fuck. Because she was jostled. Guys, not the time. Not the time. Hanako, you can't just do that. I know you're lying right now, but the thing is that it's he's trying to draw your attention. Yeah. He needs to stop that. Come on, Hanako. This is not the time. She is in danger. I know that's your sole motivation for everything, but... Oh no. This is not good. Hanako, things did not go good for you when you... I root for your safety, but I can't root for you to stop him. The music here, though. Oh, well, shit. Ooh. Yeah, get off. Get off. Barely in time. Barely. Oh my gosh. Hmm. God. God, the eyes. Shit. No, Hanako. Oh. It's because he's not actually... Oh. Oh my gosh. Probably not. But it's the only thing he had. Which doesn't make it right, but it's genuinely all he had. You. Yeah, all stupid shit that happens, yeah. Yeah, because people are fucked up and take it out on the... Oh my god, his face. It's not gonna happen. Oh, yep. Yep. Holy hell, that was way too close. And what is that? Dragon-like? What was that? Wait. What do you mean the episode's over? I committed to not doing a double for this just because I want to actually talk about shit afterwards and... What do you mean the episode's over? Okay. Well, damn. Okay. Key points, I guess, is... I wrote that earlier. I'm gonna jot that, like, circle that down. We didn't do this quite yet. We ran into, I will phrase it, like, none of that happened this episode. I don't think we're gonna get any more on this until future content, if I'm being honest, so know this. This is all big stuff here. Wishes. Oh, thanks for the candy. We're not jumping into this episode. I want to, desperately, but we're not. Okay. 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 I don't know why that went back to... Okay. Okay. That's an episode to come back on and hold off on watching for, are we at like 3 weeks almost? I do apologize severely again. I know I started that in the beginning mentioning it, but truly, if I didn't get that cold, like, as, like, literally a solid week ago, I was like, I'm gonna do it, but then I was just a mess. I couldn't speak, because if I spoke, it was just nothing but coughs for a good, decent bit, so, yeah, sorry. I think I'm stalling, because okay. Yes, let's actually just get into the episode. No more confusion. Just pure episode talk. Where, I find out that the pizza was a lie. It is the best way to sum that up. But also this, we are going to get to Teru's talking points. Because I get where he's coming from. I do. I think I mentioned this back at the beginning of season 2, when we get introduced to Akane being part of number 1. And his talking points on apparitions and all of that, and his anger, especially towards Hanako, who kind of used Aoi as a way to get to him, to make him reveal himself, right? So, there's always that. Because one thing does stand out is Teru genuinely, like, willing to go to many extremes to, you know, do his part, help the living. And it's interesting, though, given how much it seems like Aoi has, like, deteriorated from being there so long, how we're gonna possibly bring her back. I'm not going to say there's absolutely no way. There has to be, which is why Hanako tried so hard to stop them. Like, even though I bet he internally knew he wasn't strong enough, it's something they cut from the anime, but was in the manga when he initially got into a fight with Teru. Like, even then, he was beat up bad. He needed Ko to help him out then as well. But it's the fact that it's all he knows, right? It's a very human thing to, you see this one only opportunity, everywhere else just leads to sadness and loss, right? So he sees this opportunity. It's fucked up. Sacrifice this person for the one you care about, right? It's not the right way to go about things. It does lead to, you know, anger, resentment. And the biggest fucked up thing about that is the fact that it's going to normally be put on the person who didn't even make that choice, who didn't know what was happening and didn't get to make a decision on the matter, and kind of just fell into it and had literally no responsibility for it other than, I guess, her defending someone she cares about. You know, that could put her in the negative light of, well, you were defending him, you were letting him go about his ways. She was trying to reprimand him. Whenever she did finally get a glimpse into the extremes he was willing to go to try to prevent her life from ending so soon, she did try to talk to him and be like, hey, we talk to me, we can make decisions, this isn't what I want, this isn't how we should do things, please, why am I only hearing about this now, why are you making decisions for me? It's just, for Hanako, he genuinely has it in his mind, he's already dead, there's nothing for him to go for, nothing for him to really, he can't grow from this. But he wants Yashiro to be able to continue on. She even, made that wish. She wants to make it to 90 and all of that. But he does genuinely care, which leads to a lot of rash decisions, especially with the closing timeline. Now imagine if her unfortunate soon-to-be death was a little bit further off. There was more time to maybe really try to find some solution, or figure out what the hell, why is it that Yashiro just was destined to die so soon? Maybe, just maybe, they could have worked on something, or at least come up with a better idea, or maybe even just slowly talked it out and came to terms with things. Who knows? But because of how close it was, and then Yashiro finding out, things just got exasperated. Things just started moving all crazy. And yeah, it's a big thing. But again, here, I'm sitting here, this is the calm before the storm. They're just, eating food, replenishing for their next day, and it turns out the pizza is a lie. Yeah, pizza, I need to write that. Pizza is a lie. Sorry, needed to be done. But this, about number 7. Caused this massive incident. Now, again, it just all comes down to how exactly the Yorishiro, having the 7 wonders all have, their authority and all of that. How much impact... That seems like a lot of stuff to have with no fallback. So whoever up there created the system and, assigned them their roles, it's interesting that this would happen. And then I just genuinely want to know how much Hanako himself knew. The consequences of all of these things and where it would lead down the line, before ultimately picking this destination, right? Because at first, he didn't care. He wasn't supposed to care. But then, trying to give her the best life she could have in the moment before things were to fall apart and go down, he grew attached. Something he did not think was probably possible at all. And so that's why it's just so curious, to me at least, on how well thought everything was on his end, or how much it was just whatever happens, happens type of deal. And could he have known that? But yeah, harm to Kane-san. So yeah, harm to Aoi. That too. It sucks. Technically, it's not just Hanako. I'm not going to say Hanako didn't do anything to Aoi. He did. I'm not going to cover that. He did that. But it's also curious, if it wasn't for all the other things that Hanako did, if just that alone would have painted the target. Because also, when you really think about it too, we had number 6 who just came in and snatched her. Because that was supposed to supposedly fix things. Because that's just it. Sacrifice young girls. Because clearly that's the humane, morally right thing to do. But yeah, a living person. I can't let him run loose any longer. And then specifically making sure not to bring this up to Yashiro. He definitely does. Ko, in fact, has Yashiro's back, as we soon learn. Whether, like, I imagine in the time when they went to stop the train, they had a discussion, or depending on who brought Yashiro home, they could have did it then. But I wonder what the exact plan was in, like, how quick they put it together to try to make sure Hanako wasn't killed there. Because it was bad. And you notice, too, Teru's words were so easily just tearing him down, like, really breaking through everything. Just the mere thought that, like, you know, all of his efforts, that now that he's finally found a proper way to extend Yashiro's life, that it was just going to be taken away. It was literally, like, just like that. It's like, well, you went in, you sacrificed this person to make sure Yashiro lived longer, and so now I'm going to go and exact revenge by killing Yashiro. The cycle of just being fucked up, by the way. Whether or not he would. You know, Teru is a big one on just mentally getting straight into your head, especially towards apparitions. Because he was like that with, I forget what episode, but when he ran into Mitsuba. So I guess beginning of season 2? It was when Natsuhiko had to go and shout something to get Teru swarmed. He does just get into their head, throw the doubts at them, and then remind them how they don't belong here at all. Which, on one hand, it's a smart move. You don't want those who can no longer return to wish to belong amongst the living, to, you know, like, do too much like that, because it could lead to wanting them to be like him, or all of that, because it's like, why did I have to be like this? And why can't, you know, all of the just jealousy, negativity stuff going in. So smart, but also it's just really, it's really preying on the humanity that's still in them now that they're gone, right? Just going straight for their fears. And on one hand, like I said, it was good. But on the other hand, too, I feel like just rubbing that reality into their faces could be could cause some outbursts of acting on the feelings of anger and resentment towards the world for choosing you of all people while everyone else gets to continue living their life, especially when you unfortunately die. Trying not to think about Mitsuba too much, because goddamn. And, you know, everyone starts to, let's say at their school, it happened with Shijima, and then it happened with fucking Mitsuba too. People start speculating and, like, theorizing on why they died, and all of it half the time turns out to be very fucked up and not true. Right? And it's just like, why? Why me? When, like, all of these people here are continuing to live their life freely and being able to just sit here and come up with fucked up theories and just slowly making it become reality through the rumors and, you know, the apparitions having to be like the rumors, like the stories. It's a really, I don't, it's a tirade I'm going on. I'm sorry. It's been too long, so I've had a lot to talk about. But no, what should I do? Well, you're gonna have backup. Teru's downside here is he didn't really on one hand, while there was surprise from him that Ko came in and actually stopped him from taking out Hanako, I feel like there had to have been a part of Teru that knew it's too late to really be like, hey, Ko, he's done too much, he's too far gone, we need to just take him out, right? I feel like he had to have known deep down his brother was not going to just let that happen. But yeah. A lot of just talking on my end, I'm sorry about that. But yes, okay. Hand of a servant Oni. Crazy. If you eat it, you temporarily become an apparition. That's crazy. And I wonder, Ko is like shocked in fear just like everybody else here. Rightfully so. Like, rightfully just, no. But I'm still intrigued by the conversation he had with Natsuhiko about a human becoming an apparition. And how that conversation went down. Because that's still a scary thought, because we do still have Mitsuba being gone, stuck in this situation. We haven't seen him or heard from him since the severance happened. And, you know, Ko's been going through a lot. The Red House really tried picking at him with all of his wishes and hopes and, you know, reality around him. So, I don't know. I'm just worried for him overall, especially now that he has to kind of step in his brother's way. Because he's being put in a very rough spot, you know. He respects his brother and all of that, but then he also respects and cares about his friend's feelings, Yashiro over here. And then he has formed his own type of connection with Hanako. And yeah. It's a rough spot, but also, yeah. Don't have pizza if Teru's the one who's been near it. You don't know what he's put on it. This clearly means he could spike your pizza. He could spike anything. So let's not indulge ourselves in anything he's gotten for us. You know, don't go, oh nice, a free meal or anything like that. Just be like, I'm good, respectfully. I appreciate that you thought about offering me something, but I don't want it. Yeah. On the salami one. That's why Tiara couldn't have it. It wasn't that it was spicy. It's that it had the finger of this hand on it. That was the spicy. That's cursed. That's just cursed. Goodbye. And he just kicks him in. No questioning it. He at least gives them a moment to prepare and brace for the imminent doom and impact of falling down. But yeah, switching over to Aoi. Again, given this situation in her condition right now, is it possible for, like, maybe through the amulet or through something that she can still make it out? Because we found our way into the far shore, this boundary nearest to the far shore. But do we have an exit plan? Do we actually have a way of getting out? Because we, like us, the viewer, didn't really get, like, any extra bits of the plan other than we found our inn. And ultimately Teru's plans or ideals of going into this, and taking out Hanako. And saving Aoi, of course. But we don't know how we're going about this. And do they know about her condition and how much has happened? Because it's been at least a decent few days, maybe a week, right? Who knows? Could have even been more. I don't think Teru would have let them sit that long, but it's possible because they had to go out and find leads to even get to this point. But that's not good. Is there a way to pull someone from that? We managed to stop her from going entirely to the far shore and not being able to come back eternally. And I know Hanako was pointing this out and really leading her towards it so that it would be confirmed that she can't come back and she did become the sacrifice to ensure Yashiro's life. But I'm interested too in the point of, while he did walk away to go and confront ultimately Teru and Akane, when he told her to stay put and kind of like stay there, you notice there's a bunch of luggage and, you know, just covered up, right? Like, is it possible that that was just a little tiny subtle way of him at least trying to ensure that she would make it to the other side and not ultimately get gobbled up by any of the other apparitions who, like, through this chaotic scene and not being able to make it to their safe location are just like, we're hungry. You smell delicious. Let's eat you. Was that just a subtle protection? I want to, like, because Hanako is a lot of things. Willing to go to extremes for Yashiro is one of them. But I wouldn't say he's ruthless. He's not uncaring, like unfeeling. So I want to say that was one little sliver of him just wanting to ensure the worst didn't happen. Like, yes, he still wants her to make it to the other side, but maybe not through literally getting devoured. But again, wishful thinking, we don't know. I'm not sure if they would have noticed her eventually anyways, or if, like, this stuff really would have covered her up much. It's just an interesting note that, like, she was fine where she was for the longest, but it was when she started moving away from everything, like, walking off on her own and then catching a particular apparition's attention, that they seemed to catch on to the scent and really go after her. It's an interesting, maybe, point to look at, but I'm not sure if it holds much thought or if it's just speculation and theorizing on my part. It definitely is, but also, who's to say? Hanako's very guarded with a lot of stuff that goes on in his mind, so only he will know, and he's not going to be open about that if he can help it. But yeah. Again, this shot, just the train traveling through. Because I don't think he's happy, right? He's not happy with this decision. You can see how much the incident with Tsukasa still haunts him, right? He's very much so traumatized from those events. So I don't think he wants to be here and have to be the villain who goes this very not okay route just to protect somebody he cares about and promise them at least a little bit more of a future than what the world wanted to give them. But, you know, he opens up a talking point, and so she goes and says, talk romance for a moment. And then this is just heartbreaking. Yeah. Just being themselves, like, you know, not having to put on a bit of an act or a face. Yeah. But he always saw things through, you know? Didn't give up. Mm-hmm. Mm. And then turning it onto Hanako here. At least kind of being open there, but, you know, given the situation, that's the least he could fucking do. Man. Something isn't common. We can't go back even though we want to. And then the train stopped. And yep. Determination to fucking cut this train off. We're not letting her make it to the far shore. Fuck that. We are here to save her, not have her disappear forever. My other camera's such a mess. It's trying its best, but it's a blurry mess. No. Two, knowing that Akane in this form is really feeling his injury. Because again, it hasn't been that long, right? And he had to naturally, for the most part, heal up that gaping wound he got. So the fact that he's able to, like, still push through as much as he is commendable. And really showing off that quality that Aoi was just talking about, right? But yeah, right here. She's hiding, and so far no one's paying her any mind, right? And even telling her to stay put. Like, I don't know. But yeah, and then he's trying to piss them off so they focus on him. One thing he's good at here is, like, kind of putting everything on him so the focus is always there. Like, really rubbing someone the wrong way. Yeah. The only way for Yashiro to live is for Aoi to die. But yeah, literally just blast the fucking ceiling off. And luckily, Akane gets there just in time. And then there's this moment. Oh my god. Just imagining, genuinely thinking that was the last time you're ever gonna see each other. In the way it ended too, like with that false hope that things were gonna be okay. And then music following into this scene of literal just... Oh, God. Megumi just killing it. As Hanako, as always. Oh. Oh. I would have gotten rid of you sooner. I sort of held back in front of Ko. Yep. Because, no, the music playing into here just showing off kind of the mood for it. But then also just really displaying how much Teru's just despised like having Hanako around, seeing these things, and genuinely the feelings of regret, like he says, for letting him last so long given everything he's done and caused, just through the method of just tormenting him, literal torture, before just finally decide, like, going for that killing blow, right? If Teru wanted to, especially to be efficient and, you know, minimize any chances of, let's say, Ko or Yashiro coming in to stop him from ending Hanako here and now, he could have just done it. Clearly, Hanako, right, is in a bad state. He's been defeated. He's not long for this reality anymore if Teru just goes for even one more serious hit. But instead, he goes on to really shove the consequences of this route to save Yashiro in his face. Like, pointing out how it's just ultimately, like, that huge probability of causing resentment and anger. Leading to probably the unfortunate reality of now it's just Yashiro and Aoi gone. Right? And just trying to make him see the error of his ways while also being very cruel about it. It's like that cruel thing of, like, this is how you fucked up. And, yeah. I'm glad I got to rub it in your face, and now that you've come to understand and realize, the end. And I do want to, like, actually go through what he's said, like what Teru's saying here, and, you know, the visceral reactions of Hanako, but also it really, really hurts to watch all of this happen. So, very reluctantly, let's go. You take on the dirty work. Yep. Oh. Cause see, like, just the way he has to drag it out, because it's personal for him. But you're already a murderer, aren't you? So why not take on that. And that's the thing, too. I don't think he thought that, necessarily. There was no other way to give Yashiro more time. That's the thing. Yes, I get Teru's point here entirely. I do. But then you have to at least somewhat be able to see where he was coming from. And not just, like, through going, oh, he's an apparition, so what does he care? No, it's a very human thing to do when you're in such a horrible spot that sometimes you will go for this one seemingly only option, but, like, when you really look at it, it's not okay. It's not the route you should try to take. But since it's the only thing there, that's what you want to grab onto. That's what you're going to latch onto and just hope everything turns out okay. Maybe everything in you is telling you it's not okay, it's not good, and you know the people who you're doing it for will not agree to it, would also say don't do it. But it's what you have. It's what the world gave you, and so you're going to do it, right? You may also look at it and go, well, this isn't a foolproof plan. Like, it's not going to ensure everything, but it will at least give us the initial break. She's not going to, like, Yashiro's not going to instantly die. Now she at least has some time, right? It's extended. For how long? I don't know. Is it completely foolproof? I don't know. But I do know it would at least give her a bit more time. Not okay. But, I mean, the consequences of it, too, are also not okay. It's that eye for an eye thing, but while dragging in the innocent parties as well. So, it's just a bunch of not okay. Oh. I'll just become a villain myself. Yeah, there doesn't have to be a point. It's just people, yeah. Yeah. They don't have any thought for morals and all that. You see how fucking young, like, that young look. Yes, clearly he's been an apparition for a long time now. So yes, he is still trapped at the age in which he died, but, you know, been around for a long time. But that doesn't mean necessarily he's really matured from that much. He's still in his ways, and he's still, while, you know, supposedly very powerful, being number 7 and all that, still got that human mindset deep down. While knowing the limitations of being this apparition, he can't do the things he wanted to do anymore because he couldn't do them while he was alive. And all of that. But yeah, he's like, you're starting to understand now. Cool, great. Bye. Good, then disappear. Yep, and Ko to the rescue. But the way, too, like, do you see how he's just, like, ducking for cover? Like, the subtitle's right in his face, but look at the fear. Okay, I'm sorry you guys can't see it, but the fear in his eyes as he's like cowering, almost like shielding from what's about to happen. And like if you go back to, I think it was season 1, where it almost sounded like he was rooting for Ko to be able to get stronger to exercise him, right? But you see here, it's like there was still that somewhere inside, maybe if he realized it or not. He did admit to Yashiro that he wished he could, like, things could have been different and he could have tried living with her, right? And, you know, there's a change here and he's just... Yep. Ooh, but then this, what is this? Dragon? It's some, probably, it looks like it would be strong, just given the dark aura that's literally just following it, leaving a trail. But... yeah. That was this episode of pure... I don't even know the proper words to express. There was a lot of emotions going on. If I wasn't recording, crying would have been one of the biggest ones, but, you know, they had to sneak in their little bit of humor before, I imagine, leading us to a very big and like cut off for this season. Oh. I hit play. But yeah. This was really good. I didn't appreciate the cliffhanger that I forgot how much cliffhangers happened. It's been so long that I apparently got to forget what those were like. But yeah, next episode is going to be a big one. I really want to get to it right now, but I want to make sure there's no mishaps in recording, which means I need to just kind of stop here and focus on editing and then getting this episode out before I can do anything. So as much as I want to record it immediately after doing that, I do think I will be as early as possible tomorrow. So yeah, just know that the next episode for this is going to come out hopefully very soon after this one. And then all of the new things that follow, I'm going to try to pick up on the things that are left off. So, you know, things like Kobayashi, the After School Hanako, and, you know, all the other things. But there's also a few new things that have been coming out that I've wanted to watch that will either get put on the channel or get put on Patreon only. Patreon, it's free, so just head over there if you're curious to see if anything that's not put on the channel is put on over there. And yeah. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. It's been a crazy as hell ride. I once again really want to get into the next one. But yeah, so thoughts, theories. Obviously, I imagine you all have seen the final episode, so no spoilers. I already have the minor knowledge I do from before this season even started, so let's not add anything else to my early knowing, right? But yeah, how excited were you guys? And are you still about how the next episode went? And what's your favorite moment of this episode, at least? And, you know, maybe the thoughts of the morality of, like, everything going on with this plan. And just, there's a lot. We still don't have a sufficient extra bit of info on number 6, and we still don't know a lot about what happened ultimately with Sumire. There's a lot going on, and a lot to probably get cliffhanged on. So, till next time, though, I hope you all have a great day or night, wherever the heck you're watching this, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.